It's late summer and pesky mosquitoes are out in force. Some of them are more than just a nuisance. Last week, the first mosquito from samples in the city tested positive for the West Nile virus. Now the city is stepping up efforts to educate the public about the importance of protection and eliminating breeding grounds.
Just like hot, blazing days, ice cream, and poolside fun, mosquitoes are a part of summer. But in recent years, the West Nile virus has community members and health officials on a higher alert.
I think it's helpful to understand what the risk is by understanding a little bit about mosquitoes. There are a lot of mosquito species, about 50 in Colorado, and only a few, there's 3 that we monitor for here in Boulder, that have the potential to carry West Nile.
The peak time for the mosquitoes that carry the virus is from this time of year into the fall, and it takes a collaborative effort to keep these mosquitoes under control.
It's really important that everybody does their part in mosquito control. So for local governments like the City of Boulder, what we do is we map on public properties, on city-owned properties, all of the potential mosquito breeding sites. And then those are visited weekly. There's up to close to 600 sites that are visited weekly by our mosquito control technicians. And they check those to see if they're breeding mosquito larvae.
Doing this identifies the source of the problem so that the city can treat the larvae before these species develop and start biting.
And then we treat it with a very specific, naturally derived product that has very limited impacts on the rest of the ecosystem.
What can you do to keep yourself safe?
So even though the risk isn't super high, the results, the consequences can be really devastating. So it's really important to avoid getting mosquito bites in the first place. And for people to keep their properties free of mosquito breeding sites. And so that means making sure that you don't have standing water in your property, change bird baths regularly. That can breed a lot of mosquitoes.
Officials encourage you to wear long sleeves and use bug repellent. The virus can cause symptoms in people who don't even know they have contracted it.
People need to remember that if you are bitten by an infected mosquito, about 80% of people will never even know they got it and won't get sick. About 20% get like a bad flu. And there's about 1%, 1 in 100 people or 150 people who get very ill or could die.